morning, everybody. This is Ghost Lee here, and I'm back in an area where I've never been. I'm scouting it out, just checking things out, and going for a nice little walk this morning. It's in the mid-40s today, and for January, it's just a beautiful day, so I decided to get out here and check some things out and just go for a walk and take some pictures and just see how the day goes. This area here that I'm hunting in, it's a pretty remote area. I think the area, I'm going to say square miles wise, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 10 square miles maybe, and that's a big area. But the thing about this area is there's not a lot of people that live around here, and I was told that the state office up there that there's only 6 houses in this whole area, and that there's only two families that even live back here full time. The others are just they're like little cabins that they have up in here. So I think these forest beings, I think they've been here a long time. I've had an encounter in this woods, not particularly this section of it, but on down the road, and I had a witness with me that actually got to see these beings as well. And they came up on us in the dark and got within, I'm guessing, maybe 20 yards, maybe a little closer at one point, maybe about 15 yards. They had blue glowing eyes. They were, and the way I described the eyes, they were almond shaped, and they were only about 4 feet off the ground. They glowed in the dark. There was no light source at all whatsoever. It was pitch black, and these things just lit up out of the darkness. And at one time we had 3 around us. They were up behind me on a hill, and another time this all happened within probably about an hour. We would have 1 or 2 that would come within the 15 or 20 yards of us, and they would peek out around a tree, and you could see the movement of them peeking around the tree, kind of at an angle. Their heads would peek at an angle. And whatever these were, when we talked to them, we would try to communicate with them and talk to them. They would tilt their head like they were curious, like they tilted their head back and forth. And the eyes, I would say, the eye shine itself, I don't know exactly how big the eyes were, because it was dark and they were lit up like a light source. They were almond shaped, like I said. They were probably about the size of a quarter, maybe a little smaller than a quarter. But they were spaced out about what our eyes would probably be close to spaced out, the eye set. But it was something I've not encountered before, the blue eyes, but a time before I encountered some amber colored glowing eyes. But I picked the area where we had the encounter because it was this is a remote area, don't get me wrong, but the other place is even more remote than this. And I think that's what they do. They live in areas like that. I think they know how to stay away from us and stay back in there. But I think if you come at it with an attitude of respect for these beings, that they understand, and they weren't aggressive towards us. They didn't try to scare us. They didn't try to make any aggressive moves towards us whatsoever. And I really didn't feel fear from them. The only thing that I did feel was like the hair on the back of my neck stand up, but it was more like a static electric discharge than it was out of fear. But yeah, there's definitely something in this woods that's beyond man's comprehension. Now, some people probably know. They probably know at the highest levels of authority. We know that they hide things from us, and they hide the fact that these things are here. But I think your intention when you come in the woods makes all the difference in the world at the end of the day, because you show aggression to them, they're going to show aggression back just like anything else. But you come in a peaceful way and you walk in a peaceful way, they understand that. They know. They know we're here to enjoy the beauty and the nature of things just as they are. But one thing that we have to remember is when we're back in here, we're at their mercy and we're in their house. And we have to have respect for that. So I'm going to quit wasting your guys' time and mine, and I'm going to start walking up this hill here to start taking some more pictures and see how it goes from there. All right. I'm going to try to play a little bit of my Native American flute here and see what kind of response I can get. I'm going to try to do the best I can. Like I said, I don't know how to read music or anything, but I'm going to play it the best I can, and if it's good, it's good. If not, it's not. Whatever comes out, and that's just how I do it. And to me, it's like a prayer. Playing this is like a prayer, and none of them's ever the same, and I think they're a little powerful at times. Maybe powerful is not the right word to use, but anyway, I'm going to play this flute, and I'm going to take pictures and see what kind of response I get, see if I can get anything at all. I've had luck with this in the past, and this is just how I like to do it. It's a way for me to tell them that I'm here in peace, and I'm leaving them a gift. And hopefully they let me return to my vehicle in peace and unharmed. So here we go. All right, guys. I'm zooming in and I'm taking a video back here on top. I heard a whistle when I first come up here, and now way in the back over there, I just heard some weird sound. It sounded like some crashing going on, but then it sounded like something making a noise. It didn't sound like any bird I'm familiar with or any animal that I'm familiar with. It just had an odd sound to it. So I'm going to sit here for a minute and just kind of try to scan the area and see what we can see. But it was very odd, and it was just unusual. And it sounded like big footsteps too. That was when it was crashing, and it sounded like it was on 2 feet instead of 4. It didn't run off, it just kind of walked off. Well, I don't know if you guys can see over there or not. Way over. There's another ridge over there. This ridge goes straight down. Well, not straight down, but pretty much straight down on the other side of this little edge right here. Where you see those trees, it drops over right there. But whatever this is up in that area, right up in there, and back through here, like way back up in there. I want to show you guys something here for any of you that's interested in deer hunting. I'm always looking for a good place to hunt, and I followed this ridge all the way up to the top where I heard that noise. And this is kind of makes like a little saddle back here. And what I like about this area is there's 2 big ridges coming up through here. When I turn the camera here in a minute, you'll see kind of what I'm talking about. The wind right now is right in my face, which is perfect for hunting, and it's perfect for these deer because they'll come across the top of this. But I'll show you here. There's a stand of pines up here on the top, but it's hardwood until you get up here. So a lot of it's oak and acorns that'll be dropping in the fall. And what's cool about this is deer take the path of least resistance. So if you see how that ground slopes pretty gradual right there and then goes back up this way, this is a perfect area for them to cross. And what I like about this spot is I followed a deer trail all the way up here, and I saw what looked like a couple scrapes, old scrapes, and that's a sign that there's a buck up here. But I also found a big rubbing down at the end of the road. It was almost the size of a telephone pole, so I know there's a big one in here, and plus I saw him during bow season. But anyway, I tried to hunt on top of this ridge over here, which I don't think is what I need to be doing, but I mean on the very ends of it. But check this out. This ravine, this ditch drops down in through here, and it's pretty steep. So if a fellow was to come in here and he stayed down in that bottom, anything that's laying up here along the top isn't going to see him. Plus, when you're coming in here, you're coming in with the wind in your face, which gives you another advantage. So in order for me to hunt this, what I'd want to do is I'd want to stay on this side of it, of where they're crossing, right up in here. So I'd probably pick out a tree. I'd either use that tree or that tree. because that would be close enough. That would be close enough to this over here that I'd get about a 20-yard shot or so. And the cool thing of it is anything that's laying down up there along the top, they're going to funnel right down through here. Now they don't have to cross right here. I mean, they could potentially cross up in here, but a lot of times they're going to come down in areas like this. They're going to stay low and try to stay hidden from predators, just like we're trying to stay hidden from them. But what the cool thing is this has a bunch of oak trees all the way on the tops of both of these ridges. So I saw deer on both ridges the night that I hunted, but I hunted right at the beginning, way down there towards the bottom of this, a lot farther down than you can see because this winds around. But this would just be perfect walking. You could stay quiet down here in the bottom. You could get up in these trees right here real quiet. And then you got all of this back here to watch. And the thing about this back here is there's no houses back here anywhere. So you're getting game that's coming in. They're relaxed. They're a lot of times no pressure unless somebody's walked way back in there, which most hunters don't hunt that far back off the road. So you're more than likely going to get deer that's just in a relaxed situation here, which would make for good hunting. But I thought I'd share that with you. It's taken me a long time to learn things like this, but these are the places that will make you or break you as a hunter. So, Ghostly Hunter signing out. I'm going to keep on going back in this ridge here where I heard that sound, and then I think I'm going to cross over to the other ridge and head back, taking pictures all along the way. I see something back in there that looks like an X, but I don't know. We'll see. I know nature makes X's all the time from things falling and leaning up against other things, but sure is funny that in a lot of places that like this, where I would like to stay hidden down in here, these things are putting these, or it appears that something is marking places like this with an X, and I think they're travel corridors. I really do. They're as intelligent as we are by far, and probably even surpass us by tenfold would be probably a low estimate. But yeah, they're when we're dealing with these, we're not dealing with animals. We're dealing with the way we think and the way they think, which is above the way we think. They live this out here. We don't. We live in houses. We live in the comfort of our warm houses, and we get food from the grocery stores. But out here, this is what they do. This is how they live and survive. This is their grocery store. This is their house, and they're masters of this environment. And I think they have a lot to teach us as human beings, and that's just what I'm in it for. I don't, the fame and fortune that all these people are seeking, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for other answers for myself. So if you guys do this and you seek out these things, just remember when you approach in the way of peacefulness. Don't approach you got to overcome your fears and your negative energy, because these things know all of that. So Here's a footprint, guys. And it's down in the bottom of this creek. Now, could this been from a hunter this hunting season? It sure could have been, but it sure looks awful fresh today. I don't see any toe prints or anything. I haven't been this way, but that sure is interesting. I saw another footprint on up the top there, and if I go from this footprint over to here, there's another one in the leaves right there. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Let's see. It kind of compares to my foot. My foot might be just a little bigger than that. Maybe a little bit. But it may be going this way. Didn't know. Nonetheless, it's interesting. Something's been down through here. You can see that where I pushed my foot in. Something might have stood here for a while, because when I released my foot, you can see my footprint beside it, and that really compacted the leaves right there. Wow. Not saying what it is, but it could be anything, guys, but it sure looks pretty interesting to me. Alright, guys, we'll continue on down this creek here. Well, I say it's a creek, but it's really just a little runoff between two ridges. I thought you guys would enjoy this little walk down through here. Check these rocks out, guys. Ain't that cool? I'm looking for more footprints here, guys. Yeah, it could have been hunters, and it could have been down here a while, but it sure looked interesting to me. Alright, guys, check this rock out. Ain't that neat? Been a good place back in the old days to come up here and make a little camp here and stay out of the elements here. You can make a little shelter here. I'm sure somebody did at some point. Probably made a camp here at one time. Alright, continuing on. Alright. Alright, looks like a good place to cross right here by this log. I think that's what I'm going to do. So come along with me, guys. Here we go. Look at the moss on this. I'll put my hand. Look at that. Ain't that something? It's beautiful. All right, guys. Look at there's a pretty creek through there. Got a lot to be thankful for here. Let's see. We're going to cross under this log here. Check this. I don't know if you can see the deer trail right here. Goes up and back out that way. There's one. The creek sure has a pretty sound to it. Alright guys, this is Ghostly Hunter. I just took a walk through the woods, and then I come down here where I found my footprint in 2018, I believe is when it was. I've got it written down at home. Yeah, I think it was 2018. But anyway, I went back up in the woods and was taking pictures, and then I got in the car and I come back down here to the spot where I got the footprint. Made my plaster cast and stuff. So I'm walking down the road, and I happen to look in the gravel here as I'm coming down the road, and there's car tracks through here, and I found something interesting in the car tracks. It's over top of the car tracks. I don't know if you guys can make this out or not, but I can see this plain as day right here. I'm going to point out the toes to you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 toes that I can see, and then you can see the outline of the foot right through here, and in my hand right here is, you can see how big it is. It's a small print. But if I come back around to this side, there's another footprint going that way, but I can't see the toes as good. I can see something kind of yeah, I can see the toes. Yeah, here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a fifth like bent toe over here, but you can see the heel. But that other footprint is a little one, and here's the second print, partial. There's the toe, the big toe, medium, and then that's a small toe, and I don't see any over here though, but you can see that. But you can really see that one, and if you can't, I'll lighten up the picture and try to, man, if I had some plaster I'd try it, but I don't think that I'd be able to get it. But now these tracks here are mine, where I was just standing right there, I think. But anyway, what I found interesting about this is it's right on top of where the tracks are of the vehicle. So if you were trying to hide your tracks, you would put your tracks where something else went through all the time to cover them up. But man, I feel blessed. I feel really blessed to get to see this and witness this. They are definitely here, and I am very thankful that they're still here. Wow. I'm gonna go up this creek right here, and I'm gonna take some pictures and shoot some videos. And man, guys, you don't understand how excited I am. This is really exciting. This isn't somebody out here walking barefoot. It's only maybe 44 degrees here today. Somebody could have got out of their car and walked barefoot here, but I highly doubt it. You sure aren't gonna walk barefoot in that creek. That creek is freezing cold. I don't know, some people do stupid things like that, but wow, I think I know what that made that footprint. and they were trying to hide their tracks, and good for them. All right, guys, this is Ghost Lee Hunter. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to travel up this creek, and I'm going to take some photographs, and then I'm going to go over them when I get home and see what I can find. I've already found, that's the third footprint I found today. God bless them for being here. Yeah, what an honor, man. What an honor to find these things. Wow. I'm just blown away. I am blown away. Guys, this is so exciting. We got other beings here that live amongst us that we've been lied to about the whole thing, the whole time. And you know what? Maybe it's a good thing we've been lied to, because maybe it's a good thing that these things haven't been found. I'm absolutely not out here to find them and disturb them. I just would like to communicate with them for myself. I know that sounds selfish, but I want to learn from them. That's my only goal, is to learn what they have to offer, if they want to teach us. I believe they taught the Native Americans things, and the Native Americans learned from them. You know, and I shouldn't say that, because I shouldn't speak for the Native Americans, because they know far more than what I'll probably ever learn in a lifetime about these things. But I tell you what, it's a journey. It's fun, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that they're here. And you know what? If man knew where they were at and how to get to them, they'd sure probably put them in a zoo, and that ain't fair to anything. We just need to leave them alone and try to learn from them the best we can. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna videotape as long as I can up through here. Man, I'm so excited. That is just awesome. That is just, wow. Oh, man. I tell you what, there's pretty places, and there's really pretty places, and this is one of them. I can't even hardly talk. I'm so excited. What an awesome place. This is what it's all about right here, guys. Peace and tranquility, and the beauty of nature right here. This fills my soul right here. Oh yeah. Look how that rock was carved by the water. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can zoom in. Jagged rocks, how the water run over them, and they've carved out the tops of these rocks. Look back in there, see where the rocks are hollowed out. Now my theory is, like this for instance, this little hole right here. You see that cut going back through there? You know, this is just something that we can see here. And you know, that's kind of like a mini cave. I mean, ain't nobody gonna get in there, but because it's so small. But my theory is that the water has cut through here. This is ancient. This is bedrock. This has been here from the beginning of time. And water comes rushing down through here, like you can see. And water is a force that is very powerful. And if you can see, like over there, like that's undercut. All these big rocks are undercut up under here. And this is just what we can see. What lies underneath this bedrock? There could be anything under this bedrock. And I think there's a cave under here, because I can hear in a certain area, it sounds like the water is falling. And it kind of echoes like it's falling deep. You know, or it makes a fall under this bedrock. But I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. I'm going to try to get me some pictures and go home and review them and
Wow, I just can't believe I found the footprint. Wow. Alright, guys. I'll see you on the other side. Adios.